Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, once again, we have even more Spider-Man news, which has actually been had a massive big leak that you guys may have seen throughout today. A lot of media people have been noticing it, and it's been a little bit of a mistake too as well, which is kind of funny enough too. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the upcoming plans, talk about the release dates, and as well, quite a few other really big games are also coming out too in terms of remakes. We're going to talk about that, and as well a bit more sporadic news that was actually currently in the middle of making a video game that is now completely up in the air, which is still really sad to go and see such a nice big superstar that's sadly passed away, still impacting the gaming universe so much as more and more information keeps on coming out. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the drama, talk about the brand new Spider-Man news, and everything in between. So hopefully you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. And as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch down below, and all the Amazon links too as well for all of the consoles. And let's go and talk about some, in all honesty, some pretty good and spicy news. So if you guys do or do not know, we've been seeing a lot more news coming out over here for Marvel's Spider-Man's 2, which I myself am so extremely hyped up for. I want to play it, I want to beat it, I want to be a part of it, I want to play the game so bad. But we still don't necessarily know a lot of the information in terms of like pure release date, in terms of other features, stories, like all the usual stuff we would see in the pre-marketing campaign, such as what they would do in a state of play and everything else. So for this one, we actually saw some very intriguing news over here from Tony Todd, which he may or may not have gotten a call and a few emails and a few text messages, maybe in all caps, and maybe potential legal issues, and maybe potentially everything else in the books, where Marvel's Spider-Man 2, PlayStation 5, releasing apparently now in September, massive ad campaign planned apparently in August, and oh my good golly, this guy is probably gonna get an earful, if not already got one. So basically even the updates too as well, where he was trying to hide after all this information came out. So let's go talk about this. Very first and foremost, let's start the original article over here, because it's been flown around a lot, and even I've seen it, where it would appear now that the literal Venom voice actor, Tony Todd, doesn't care much for the NDA he's undoubtedly signed. Writing on Twitter, the star effectively confirmed that this year, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is planned to release in September on the PlayStation 5, with a massive ad campaign planned for the month prior, which would probably go and allude towards most likely a state of play. Number one, because if you guys remember God of War or Horizon, all these really big heavy hitters from Sony, they had a pure dedicated state of play with also like PlayStation blog posts, interviews with all like the people making the games, developers, like the actual like product designers, lead like story designers, and everything. The actors involved, the voice actors involved, literally everything. Like we saw a lot of the stuff for God of War and the other prior PlayStation games. So we're basically gonna probably see a lot of this all planned up around August, which I love. That's my birthday. I like seeing this news, and I like talking about this news, especially around that time. But as well, also pretty much confirms that September and this holiday season is pretty much locked in. Now, as of right now, we're probably not expecting delays. They may want to adjust it slightly with this information coming out, you know, just in that rare case. But basically, he said over here saying there's going to be a massive ad campaign plan for the month prior. Hold on to your breath. He explained it's gonna be necessary. I'm getting hyped up, and I'm getting excited, especially for big leaks, because these are kind of like inadvertent leaks where they probably shouldn't go and happen, but like a lot of the times we've seen like actors, like the mocap actors, or like extras, or even people more so on the voice actor side that aren't maybe necessarily so familiar with gaming. Like, let's go and see you have like a Robert Downey Jr. and he's randomly doing voice acting for a game. Like, you would think most movies, you're like, oh yeah, the movie's in the works. It's been in the works for a while. Well, sometimes games don't have like release dates. They don't have media dates, or sometimes like they're even not even announced, depending on like what the level of the game is. And we've definitely seen big leaks from people on like LinkedIn's or emails or other stuff too. And that's why you should always be a little more careful with these folks. But for people like me who like to talk about this news, keep it coming. I love this. So basically, a lot of people don't think this is like crazy mind-blowing information. Agree, because we've already known it's kind of pretty much confirmed for this fall. And the original Spider-Man enjoyed a hugely successful also September launch too. So all those things you could pretty much confirm, and they also have confirmed that the title is on track for 2023, and it would want to be released a little bit before holiday season, so most people could accurately guess like September, October, maybe early November. And it makes sense. Plus, also, we've been hearing the rumors with the brand new PlayStation 5. So I kept on saying, I think in a prior video, you get the brand new PlayStation 5 console, like the brand new, like, basically digital, non-digital, if that makes sense, like the kind of combination console. You release that around that time, maybe do a combination with Spider-Man for a bundle to keep the prices high and keep the product flowing. At the end of the day, it seems pretty good. They will go and say Todd will likely get into trouble for this tweet, but he's not exactly unveiling anything we couldn't have inferred already, and I do kind of agree. I think most people would probably assume this is like pretty much locked in. But the differences between us assuming and inferring versus it being confirmed from the voice actor themselves is a little bit more different. So you guys can even see over here from a tweet saying, can't come quick enough for Spider-Man 2 with a little gif over here from good old Mark. Mark, this guy making all this drama over here, saying, looks like September. Probably should not have released that or talked about that at all. Massive publicity coming in August. Commercials start dropping in August, so I'm told. Hold on to your blank, 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 and hold your breath. It's gonna be necessary. So, of course, just because the September release date is planned internally doesn't mean the game will hit. So there's always that chance it may get moved, might get delayed, might even be in October, November. But I could probably guarantee if they're already like so stressingly pushing for 2023 and they have commercials plans and all these like marketing, PR complaints panned and whatever, it's probably going to happen throughout this year. And on top of that, too, I did mention as well, even in this article, they do have this weird detachable brand new console. It would make a lot of sense for them to do a dual release with that, have a Spider-Man PlayStation 5, either like a specifically custom-made console, I think like the Switch with the custom designs or whatever, or maybe even a plate. I know they've been focusing on the plates. I'm not the biggest fan of the plates, honestly, but whatever. And also maybe do that in combination in tandem with the Spider-Man release could be really, really cool. Now, with all this drama, obviously, as well, the legal department got a hold of the actor Tony Todd after he revealed Marvel's Spider-Man's 2 intended release date and marketing plans earlier, and he was writing on Twitter saying he'd said there'd be no more hints and posted a photo of himself in a swimming pool. My lips are now underwater, he said over here, if you guys can see the photo with this one. And he says, no more hints about Spider-Man 2. It was all a fever dream. Blame it on jet lag. Who knows? I might not even be #Venom, which is hilarious because obviously everyone's getting the media attention on this, myself included. So it's kind of funny to go and see the response right afterwards. So good. I like this. It's like kind of a harmless leak. It's still good though, but it's a harmless leak. We have a little bit more concrete dates. I'm excited to play the game. I hope he doesn't get yelled at too much. Like, I get it. You know, like no one, you have like marketing plans, want to make sure it's good. But like this guy's just excited for the game, like I think most of us. So hopefully no one's like, you know, getting sassed over there. Now, some other intriguing news too. We have the remakes for Max Payne 1 and 2. I want to play. Alan Wake 2. I want to play. In Control 2. I want to play. Remedy revealed the status of the development of the new projects too as well. So basically in the 2022 report, Remedy Entertainment confirmed that Alan Wake 2 is still scheduled for release this year. The project is in the final stages of production, will be released by Epic Games Publishing for PlayStation 5, Xbox XS, and PC via the Epic's Game Store. In addition, Remedy has updated information on the status of other projects, Control 2, the co-op spin-off of the codenamed Condor series. And the studio also explained that at this stage, the demo is created, a part of the game is close to final quality. So basically, all these games are getting a lot closer, a lot more completion. They probably have a lot more on the way. And all these games are games I want to play and be a part of. So I'm cool with this one. In this way, the creator tests and the viability of the idea, identifying risk and potential bottlenecks, and drop the detailed plan for all the subsequent production. So for the remake of Max Payne 1 to 2. Right now, things in the concept stage, according to Remedy, and this stage includes detailed development of the narrative, themes, key characters, art style, game design, and everything else in the game. But as well, don't forget, this game has also already been made, so the story can be a little bit more fast-tracked, the environment can be a little bit more fast-tracked, the characters can be fast-tracked, the dialogues can be a little bit more fast-tracked too. Obviously, it can be a little bit better and well-made, but if you have basically a base ground to go and expand off of, it does make things a lot better. So basically you have codename Condor. So it's a PvE games in the Control universe for up to 4 players. Seems very nifty, very cool. Control 2, where they're trying to set the boundaries of creativity and storytelling again. They're making a sequel to the unprecedented journey into a world that will defy expectations. I would want to play this too as well. Alan Wake 2 is the sequel to the 2010 psychological horror, where they're trying to go work through their remake. Max Payne 1 and 2 with these really cool games. I played these games back in the day. I was a little kid and I was really afraid of all the introduction scenes anyway, and codename Vanguard as well, with a third-person PvE multiplayer shooter too as well, with them making their very first ever fan service game, live service game. Very cool. I'm excited for all these games as well. Lance Reddick, who sadly did go and pass away again, was actually apparently the voice of Hellboy. So the Hellboy web of Wired. And it's kind of sad because right now the project's up in the air. Like, they're all obviously giving like the condolences first and foremost, which I respect. That is more important. But they also had him doing voice acting. No one really knows and how like big he's actually involved in the game, how much voice acting he had to get done, etc. And it's weird because like people were like working with him. Like they were actually currently working on a project with him as we speak. And that's why a lot of folks are, I think, concerned, because no one's like, they're just scared. They just want to know what's going on. Like, it's like they just gone. So it's going to be a really scary thing to keep on seeing how these games such as Destiny or Horizon might go and continue if he doesn't have all the voice acting lines or mocap lines done, because it really can affect the game a lot. It's just a sad story to keep on seeing the ripple effects, and it kind of goes and shows on how influential he was in the gaming universe. So a lot of cool stuff to go talk about throughout this video. So if you guys give me your thoughts and comments down below, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have all the Amazon links down below and the Twitter and Twitch from too as well down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.